Alright, this next chapter we're going to look at Catalan in the sense of like a system. Like, yeah, we're going to look at how the Catalan works as a system and not just the opening that we just saw. The scenario, the specific scenario we saw in the first scenario was like it was basically the Righty Gambit, but then they declined it, so Queen's Gambit decline was pretty much forced. That's what we looked at last time. This time around, we're looking at what happens if they don't even play the normal King's Indian attack slash righty setup. Instead, they're going to just go like this. If you want to play the similar Catalan structure we looked at earlier, we can probably look at something like this. G6. And then it transposes into a bit of a King's Indian defense if your opponent just plays like these natural looking moves. And then you can go about finishing the rest of the structure in one of two ways. You can either fianchetto or you can just go here. But since we're talking about the Catalan, maybe we'll look at the fianchettoing. But what happens if your opponent plays d5? Huh. Is that not? Is that not the Grunfeld? Is that not the Grunfeld? Huh. I guess that's just technically a pseudo Grunfeld if you really... Bishop g2, castles, castles. And then you have like c5. G takes c5. Knight to a6. Ah, here we go. Neo-Grunfeld defense with d5. Yes, that's what this is. Right. And then knight to g5, e6, right? e6, what's c6? Yeah, the e6. Oh, that's for black to play. Okay, so it's knight to g5 here. Okay, yeah. Knight to g5 and e6. Yep, there we go. And then you play knight to e4. Just, I don't know what... Oh, yeah, it went from knight to f6 to there. Okay, cool. Bishop to d7, yeah? d7, yeah, there you go. This type of Grunfeld is a little bit of a... this type of Grunfeld is a little bit of a really, like, a tricky one to wrap your head around, because, like, you're basically... both sides have basically sacrificed their central pawns, and then you're going to like have this central control, like this pawn just wedged against, and you're up a pawn, and like now you have to try to like hold on to that lead. And then bishop g5, right? Yeah, just play that. Oh, no, wait, that's bishop f4. Sorry. Bishop g5. So that's what's over here. Now, yeah, now that's attacking the queen. And then he'll probably play f6, and then it goes all the way back to bishop c1. Bishop all the way back. Bishop c6 is the next move. Knight to bc3. And then I'll try to kick this knight. d5. Yeah, just attack here. You sacrifice an entire knight for this. And then that will open up this outpost, and then he'll probably just take this pawn back. Bishop to e3 to try to kick this knight. b6. He'll try to defend here. Bishop takes d5. His best try is to defend with the queen. What happens if they take back with the pawn? It's a mistake. And from there, you just sacrifice your bishop. This will look scary at first, but you're winning. It's 2.11. And then you have knight to e6 at forking these two pieces. You're gonna ruin a lot of people's days here. His only try is to get the queen out to dodge, but you do take this rook. His best try is to go back. And if you win a rook like this, you're welcome. His best try is to take back with a queen to prevent your opponent. His best try is to win back. Take back with a queen to prevent you from being able to win a rook through a fork. And that will also force you to trade queens, but you're not going to oblige. Queen to c2 is your next move, and then he'll try to kick your knights. But you ignore that. Rook f d1. Queen to c6. This is best move. Knight back to f3. And yeah, it's a pretty grindy one, but it's like 0.4 for you. It's a little better for you, but do prepare for a pretty grindy endgame if you opt to play for this. I mean, no, you're not even gonna opt to play for this. This is what they're gonna force upon you if they play the Greinfeld. There's that. So that covers d5. So what happens if he castles and then you just fianchetto, and then he goes d6, and then you go over here, and then he strikes, and then you castle. Oh wait, no. That's not what you would do. No, that's not what you would do. Against d6, you actually have to prepare e4 with knight to c3 there. And then he'll likely go e5. It looks like an inaccuracy at first, but it looks like an inaccuracy at first. The computer wants you to take this pawn, but I don't like that move. I don't like that move. There's too many complications. You just push here, e4. It'll sound like an inaccuracy at first, but it'll transpose back into the main line pretty soon. What's he gonna play here? It's definitely not takes. Probably rook e8. Yeah, probably rook e8. probably rookie, and then you just castle. Wait, he won't play rookie. He'll probably go here. Against this, engine recommends taking. You can take if you want, but I'll just much rather go here. And then he just goes knight to d4. Takes. And then, yeah, knight b5. That's one way he could handle it, so you do need to know that one. Mainline Kings Indian players will just go here. Which sounds like a mistake at first, but we're just going to allow this. And then you just castle. And then he'll probably go here. And then he'll probably go here, and then you're just going to push this. And then you're just going to push this. Very reminiscent of the bayonet attack. You just use the same ideas. He's going to push here with his pawns. He's going to push here with his pawns. The computers don't like this stuff because they want you to play more positionally, but like this is like recycling theory ideas from other variations of these openings. So I'm pretty sure like this is like much more like, anyway. Against this, I like knight to g5. You just get it to an outpost. Just come up with a better way to attack. The next move is probably to go here. Next move is probably to go here, and then he'll try to. And then I don't know what knight to f6 does. What does knight to f6 do? I can fork. Oh yeah, it opens up the bishop. Oh, it opens up the bishop. Right. Against this, you just push this pawn up, and then maybe he'll finally take here, or he can just close up the, or he can close this up. Just keep attacking on the queen side. And then your opponent will keep attacking on the king side. And this is like how you would go about playing the Catalan like system when we're going about playing something else that your opponent might play, and this is another setup that your opponent might play. H6. No, that's, oh yeah, H6 to kick the knight, right? Knight to E6 is your next move. You're forking the queen and the rook, and the pawn guards it, and then your bishop has to take, and you do force this trade, and your opponent has to go knight to h7. If your opponent takes, his position is dead lost. You have this bishop, Fian Kettling bishop just eyeing there, so it's like, and then he'll try to like push his pawn or something, which, okay, but you have this. Now his queen side is pretty much dead here. He's gonna like try to like push this, but then you have en passant. Oh no, you don't. But you drop this. you have the knight there. Queen to c8 is his best try, and then... But you do get this rook for free. And you attack the queen again. And then but then you do have this to worry about, which is not fun. And since you have a knight to d5, it's a safe score for the knight. The queen can't attack because if queen takes, pawn takes. I mean, he might trade here. Remember to take back with the queen. If you take back with the pawn, oh, it's not a bad move. But you do run into this, but which now he's eyeing this and this. Not very fun. So I don't recommend that. I recommend taking with the queen, and he has to take, and then you take, and then it goes straight into an endgame like this. And then you have all these pawns pushed up, so you'll have an easy time. And good luck. Have fun.